and one of the big issues is that poverty rates affect so much. So 60% of kids grow up in homes with a single parent right now. Out of those kids who live with just their mom, 6 out of 10 of them are near or below the poverty line. And it's shown through studies that kids who don't grow up with both of their parents and grow up in these situations have difficulties with socializing, connecting, forming relationships later on in life. As far as another thing with the rich and poor and the socioeconomic class that relates back to the American dream, the achievement gap is really high between low income and high income families. The achievement gap is actually 30 to 40% difference between poor and the rich. And also, there is a 50% difference in college completion rates between the poor and the rich. And one of the things that we do in the United States when we enter into college, you have to take a test, either the SAT or the ACT. And it doesn't really tell a whole lot, but it shows colleges. It's a very basic number that just shows colleges that you're smart, kind of, or semi-smart to get in. But it's skewed on how much students should be helped when going to school. Also with our financial aid in college, it's a lot of times it's based on how poor your family is, but studies have shown that the biggest determinant of college achievement is your social class, or is not your social class, but is how much education your parents have had. For instance, neither of my parents went to college, so I went into college, and you kind of don't have any idea, so it's a lot easier for someone whose parents have went to college or are professionals to have a better idea to prepare their kids for college. Another issue, 40% of the unemployment in America right now is millennials, which millennials are our generation, around our age through I think it's mid-20s. So at the same stage that our parents were at, we're doing a lot worse than our parents were. And a lot of that is to do with inflation, how much it costs to go to college right now. One of the big issues with college is that college in the 60s and 70s, they showed a report that it was Stanford. You could work, it was 30 hours a week and pay for your college completely. But the way that college is now, they showed with Stanford's inflation on their college, you would have to work, it was 65 hours a week to be able to pay for your college. And that's impossible when you're going to school full time. So right now, the millennials at the same stage have a higher student debt, a higher poverty rate, and a lower personal income. And another big problem is the college debt that students have. The national debt for college students right now is $1.3 trillion that accounts for our debt. But on the bright side, we'll go to Canada's. There's a lot of things that I was talking about, we don't really think about Canada a lot, and that's really sad because we're neighbors with them. So I really had to look into their issues because we're not aware, and Canada's not quite as problematic as we can be. So the benefits of Canadian youth is they have this youth and this generation that can encourage participation in society from all people of all ages.